Hello, my name's Ronan and you're most welcome to this Dice Tower pit stop overview for Stellar, a card game designed by Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback, published by Renegade Game Studios for 2 players taking around 30 minutes to play, in which the players are going to competitively be surveying the night skies for celestial bodies, looking to fill up their telescope and their notebook with data in order to score the most points at the end of 11 rounds. What does a round look like? Well, each player is going to start a round with 2 cards in their hand. Players take 1 turn at a time. On a player's turn, the first thing they do is they draft a card from the 5 available to them in these slots, and they take that card and add it to their hand. Second thing they do is any of the 3 cards now get put into play, and they get put into play either in your notebook or in your telescope. If you choose to put it in your notebook, there are 5 different types of celestial bodies, and you're simply adding to that column. We've got asteroids, we've got planets, we've got interstellar clouds, we've got black holes, and we've got moons. So if I choose to put this 2 asteroid card into my notebook, I simply add it to the column. And what I'm looking to do here is get cards of the same type with different numbers on, which will help me scoring at the end of the game. Now, no matter where you chose to put that card, you look at the number on it, in this case it was a 2, and then the card that's in that slot goes into play in the other area. So in this case, having played the 2, I take the card from the 2 slot, and that's going to go in my telescope because I played that first card into my notebook. What are the rules for putting cards into your telescope? Well, if I already had an asteroid card in play, this would have to go adjacent to an asteroid card. If that wasn't possible, as the round goes on, I would have to flip it over and it becomes a blank card with a value 3, and we'll talk about why that matters. But in this case, it's fine. And I'll put that in play like that, noting that my next asteroid card will have to go in an adjacent space to this. And the last thing I do is I refill the rows. Now, the next player will take their turn and they're going to take 2 cards out of here, more than likely. There is one case in which they're not going to do that, is if I played a card and it was an empty slot. For example, now, if I played this 4 card and it was my turn and that was empty, I'd have to take the top card of the deck, and that would become my second card to go in the other area. And it would come back to me again now, and I would again take one of these cards, put it in my hand, play one from my hand into my telescope or my notebook, play one from the display or the top of the deck as just noted into the other area. I said there were 5 different types of celestial bodies, but there's a couple of special cards out here. You've got this 6-0 special card, which doesn't fit any of these slots. When you play one of these cards, again, you'll have to draw the top of the deck to be the other card for that particular play of the round. Also, this can get added to that column, and it can be a 0 or a 6. It can help you add up to more numbers, or it can count as a 6 when you put it in your telescope. The last special type of card is a satellite. Now, a satellite has no type, so when you put it into your telescope, it can go anywhere. It'll help you fill spaces. However, probably more handily, when it goes into your notebook, it counts as that value of any type, and you don't have to assign your satellites until the end of the game. So I could, at the end of the game, if I had a 1 satellite, add it to my column of asteroids, making it better. So that's how we play, but why are we playing like this and how are we going to score points? Well, for each of the 5 different types of celestial body, you're going to check and see how many you have in play in your actual area. So let's say, for example, I had got this into play. I would check my asteroids and I would check the stars in the top right corner of them. In this case, I've got 4 stars for asteroids. That would then get multiplied by the longest consecutive chain of numbers I've got of the same type in my notebook. So for having 3 asteroid cards in a row and 4 stars here, that would score me 12 points for my asteroid scoring. And I do that for the 4 other basic types of celestial bodies. There's a bit more scoring. These top 5 cards are considered the top area of your telescope. You're going to add up the value of all the cards in there. Of the 2 players, whoever's got the highest value is going to score 10 points. We do exactly the same thing for the middle 3 section, add the values, highest score 10 points. And again for the bottom 4 cards. The last tiny bit of scoring is, if you check your telescope, if you've got 1 card at least of each of the 5 different basic types, that's going to score you a 10-point diversity bonus. When you add together all of those points, whoever has scored the most will then be the winner of Stellar. This has been a pit stop brought to you by the Dice Tower. For more videos, check out the Dice Tower YouTube channel, and for our in-depth coverage of gaming, please check out the Game Pit podcast. Thank you.